So let's solve this equation. It looks like we have cube roots here. I can't add or subtract anything to each side, so to get rid of a cube root, what I'm going to do here is I'm simply going to cube both sides. If I cube a cube root, the cube roots will disappear. So I cube both sides, and I now have x minus 2 equals 2x plus 4. And then it's a fairly simple solve. Let's get x to one side, so minus the 2x over. That's gone. That would be negative 1x minus 2 equals 4. So we got to get that negative 2 off here, so add 2 to both sides, because we're trying to get the negative x by itself. Get 6 on the right side. And then to get rid of the negative, we divide by negative 1. Divide by negative 1, so x equals negative 6. But, like always, let's check to make sure it doesn't error. So I have the cube root of negative 6 minus 2 is equal to the cube root of 2 times negative 6 plus 4. Let's see if it works. The cube root, well, negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8. And I have a cube root of 2 times negative 6 is negative 12 plus 4. So I have the cube root of negative 8 is equal to the cube root of negative 8. And that is true. You can cube root negatives. If that was a square root of negative 8 equals the square root of negative 8, that's an error. So we're good. That is my answer. Now, for this problem over here, we can move things around before we start getting rid of the fourth root. We can get rid of this first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minus the 1 over, leaving me the fourth root of 6 minus 2x equals 2. Now, how do you get rid of a fourth root? You are going to fourth power both sides. That means multiply it by itself 4 times. That leaves you 6 minus 2x on the left side, and 2 to the fourth means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 16. Let's solve. Minus the 6, that's gone. So you have negative 2x equals 10. And I'm going to get rid of that negative 2, so divide by negative 2. So I have x equals negative 5 is my answer. Let's make sure it's not an error. So the fourth root of 6 minus 2 times negative 5 plus 1, let's see if it equals 3. Let's check this out. So I have a fourth root of 6, a negative 2 times a negative 5 is a positive 10. All right, rewrite everything around it. And the fourth root of 16 plus 1, does that equal 3? Well, you might wonder about the fourth root of 16. So what times itself 4 times get you 16? And that is 2. The fourth root of 16 is 2. And is 2 plus 1 3? Yes. So my answer is fine. Make sure you check because you can have extraneous solutions.